la la. We're starting the episodes this week with a new mock-up of a super special edition, but never will grace our face. Switch 2. This one looks really nice. It's in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond with not only this like super sick purple scheme, but also what looks like crystally kind of like see-through special buttons that with this like white chrome finish. I really like it. I think it looks awesome. But good morning, Mario. Good morning, Switch fans. We've got our Switch 2 release reveal date. Not the release date. That's still very much TBD. But the reveal date is going to be Thursday, January 16th. Everybody has come in clutch today, confirming that this is when Nintendo will show off the system. I've got a lot to say about the reveal thoughts and about the reveal leaks. And I'm going to try to keep it together. But I got to admit, I'm annoyed. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hit that like button if you're ready for a Thursday reveal. We come in big with all sorts of stuff. Nate the Hate on his podcast today says the Switch 2 will be revealed in the coming week, Thursday, January 16th. Then we have Pioro, who's down here, not a leaker, saying you don't trust Nate, basically giving their subtle sort of subconscious support of Nate. And then you've got VGC saying that they've heard the same thing, that it's going to be revealed on January 16th. And then we've got Eurogamer saying they've heard the same thing. Tom Phillips here coming in, that it's going to be revealed on Thursday, January 16th. And then you've got Tom Warren saying it's going to be revealed on Thursday, January 16th. You got Necrofleep saying it's going to be revealed on, like everybody's saying it's going to be revealed on the 16th. That is Nate the Hate, who can kind of own this as the first person to push this out there, and everybody else is corroborating. Thursday reveal. People have said that they're going to announce the reveal on Wednesday, the 15th, and then we're getting a Thursday reveal, which sounds all great, right? It sounds all candy and rainbows and amazing. Finally getting this. Finally, right? We're finally getting this. It's amazing. It's the Switch 2. We're going to see it for real. We've seen so much of it, but we're going to see all the good stuff, right? We're going to see the launch date. We're going to see the games. We're going to see Mario. We're going to see Mario Kart, but hold on, wait a minute, because according to Nate the Hate, software is not the focus. The reveal will be focused on the console itself, and the software showcase will apparently come later. Now, on one hand, you could say, okay, that's fine. The Switch 1 reveal didn't really focus on software. It focused on people on rooftops and at birthday parties and hanging out, and there just happened to be some games in the background. My concern is, since they are being so explicit about it's going to focus on the console itself, I'm worried that it's going to be absolutely just the hardware. All right. So if we go here and we look at VGC, we get the exact quote from Nate the Hate, which is, I've heard that the reveal itself is going to focus almost exclusively on the console itself. There is not going to be any presence of games. There could be a game shown running on the screen depending on how the trailer is put together, but software is not going to be a focus. Now, let me ask you this. Would you describe the Switch 1 reveal trailer as focusing almost exclusively on the console itself? Because I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't. I would say that that focused on, yeah, the console, but it sure focused on a lot of games. People are playing Splatoon 2 at a, like, Splatoon esports tournament. Hi, Mark. So excited for Severance, by the way. Just finished my rewatch show. It was amazing. Sorry for the ad. I don't know why the heck that popped up there. We got to see Oblivion. We got to see Mario Odyssey. We got to see quite a bit. I think it was 6 games or 7 games. To me, that's not a focus on games like, hi, I'm Miyamoto. We have 3D Mario. But that is a focus on games because there was a lot of games shown off, and it was emphasizing people playing the games. The reveal itself is going to be almost exclusively on the console. And then a 2-part reveal plan would align with how Nintendo showed the original Switch and match what VGC has been told about Nintendo's plans for the Switch 2 reveal. And this is where I get very concerned, okay? This is where I get very worried because if you recall, there's also a Nintendo hardware trailer for Nintendo Switch 1. And that hardware trailer is basically just going over the features of the hardware. And I have to ask you this, and you got to answer it honestly. Don't answer with what you want the answer to be, but what you believe the answer should be. Does Nintendo's Switch 1 reveal trailer, the rooftops and the esports trailer, does that allow for Nintendo to convey the differences of the Switch 2 versus Nintendo's hardware trailer, where they can specifically call out every aspect of the Switch 2 and what makes it distinct and different? What I'm insinuating here is that not only will the Switch 2 reveal not focus on games, it might not be in the same caliber as the Switch 1 reveal, and instead much more alike the Switch 1 hardware overview trailer. Now, to me, that would be a huge bummer and a huge letdown, because they're saying that this software showcase will be sometime in late February or March. At least that's the rumor. Which means we would see nothing of the lineup, nothing of the games for another 6 to 10 weeks. And we basically know what the console's going to look like. And you can say, hey, we did it to ourselves. We've followed the leaks. We've been obsessive over every morsel of information. But when you reveal a new console, what's the most exciting part? The most exciting part is the new games. We've hammered this point. And if Nintendo is not going to show any games, then I think this is a really, really sad reveal. I think it is a really, really, unfortunately, forgive me, Nintendo reveal. But I think it would be a really sad reveal. Again, read Nate Hate's words here. Nate Drake, I've heard that the reveal itself is going to focus almost exclusively on the console. And I don't think that this original Switch 1 trailer focuses almost exclusively on the console. Now, maybe they're trying to insinuate that. Maybe that's what VGC and Nate Drake are trying to hint at, is that's a lot like the Switch 1 trailer. But why not say that? Why not say it's a lot like the Switch 1 trailer, if that's what's going to be? Why make this point about it's going to focus almost exclusively on the console, not going to be any presence of games? Because again, ask yourself, is there a presence of games in the Switch 1 reveal trailer? And the answer is emphatically yes. So, depends how Nintendo structures this reveal. Is it just a trailer? Is it a live stream? Is it a direct? How do they decide to showcase this system? To me, what it's not going to be is the Switch 1 reveal. Otherwise, these people would be saying it's going to be very similar to the Switch 1 reveal. Now, there's a potential that they don't know exactly how it's going to be revealed. They don't know exactly what this is going to look like. They just know it's going to emphasize the hardware and not really much about the games. And some people have taken this line about there could be a game shown running on the screen and ran with that because, oh, there's games running on the screen in the Switch 1 reveal trailer. But to me, there's a much bigger emphasis on games in that Switch 1 trailer. It's highlighting many and a lot of what you're going to play, from Breath of the Wild to Mario Odyssey to The Elder Scrolls Oblivion to Splatoon 2 to NBA 2K. There was a lot of game focus there. It's a bit of a different story here because we know that Breath of the Wild was revealed previous and prior to the Switch 1 reveal. We don't know anything revealed for the Switch 2. I mean, we have some third-party guesses based on things that we've seen leaked, but maybe Nintendo is approaching this differently because Breath of the Wild was a known quantity at that time, and nothing is a known quantity for Switch 2 from Nintendo. But I'm very fearful that despite this being exciting, and despite that everybody is saying the 16th, and I feel like this is like a 99% confirmation that it's happening this week, Thursday, and thank goodness, hallelujah, we do have people really pumping the brakes on the excitement. And we had people this weekend saying, hey, next week is probably going to be the week, but be careful. Don't get excited. You know, the truth is more boring than the rumors. If this is just a Switch 2 hardware overview to highlight and emphasize the differences, oh, it's a bigger screen, oh, it's better internals, oh, the dock does this, oh, the sticks are, Hall effect, oh, the triggers are here, oh, the C button does this, like, that'll be great. Don't get me wrong, we're still going to need a lot, I'm still going to freak out, I'm still going to be very excited. It's still a party in the USA and actually the entire globe because the Switch is a global phenomenon, but it's not going to give us the goodies that we've been going after, which are the games. And I think, frankly, it's very silly of Nintendo to do it this way, although, if I think about it in layman's terms, if I think about it from the Walmart shopper, maybe this is the right way to do it. Maybe if you just go show a Switch rooftop trailer, you go do a Switch 2 Direct, maybe people think that the games they're seeing are going to be playable on their Switch 1. Maybe they won't understand that the focus here is the Switch 2. It sounds crazy, right? But I guess when you're marketing, I guess when you're doing things like this, you have to assume the lowest common denominator, and you have to assume that people are clueless. And given the transition difficulties of the Wii to the Wii U, it seems like Nintendo would really want to get out there first and foremost and say, the Switch 2 is a different console. The Switch 2 is a new console. Eventually, we'll show games for this new console, but right now, just please notice the differences. Please understand that the Switch 2 is not the Switch 1. The Switch 2 is different, and here is how. And like Nate the Hate said, maybe there is a glimpse of software on the screen. Like maybe they're showing Tears of the Kingdom running, or maybe they show Metroid Prime 4 running because that could easily be a cross-gen title, or maybe there is some hidden glimpse of something from the future. But I feel like Nintendo is going to emphasize almost exclusively, as we see here, the console itself to really establish the distinction and difference, and then they'll go for the games after. Now, where it gets really bummer, because still, like I said, you're getting to see the Switch 2. That just moves us one step closer to everything. Nate Drake speculates that the Switch 2 could launch in May or June, which matches with what VGC has heard from its own sources. Now we're getting all jumbled in terms of the time frame. First, it was going to be sometime in 2024, then it was going to be sometime in 2025, then it was going to be March, then it was going to be June or July. It's moved all around. And the latest is May or June. Now, I would say hogwash, because if they're revealing this thing on Thursday, that's 5 months between January 16th and June. That is a long time, and I think June is a poor release window for your system. Not that it wouldn't sell, but it's midway through the year. It doesn't give you a lot of gap between holiday shopping and summer shopping. It feels like an odd time. But then you think about if Nintendo is almost exclusively focusing on the hardware, and then they're going to have a game showcase a month or two down the road in late February or early March, they can't launch the system then a few weeks later, can they? I mean, maybe they could, and I still would be crossing my fingers for that. But maybe May or June becomes the necessity because they're going to do this in such a segmented factor, such a segmented way. They're going to have the hardware shown off January 16th. They're going to have the games shown off February 28th. They're going to have the system release May 13th or something. The silver lining there is that a new version of Mario Kart could be available at launch, followed by a 3D Mario released during the holiday period of 2025. And if you're going to believe Nate the Hate is onto something, because his January 16th podcast rumor/leak sparked all these others, from Eurogamer to VGC to Tom Warren, all saying, hey, The Verge, everybody's saying like, oh, it's happening on the 16th. That means Nate the Hate is in the know. And so then we'd have to believe that a new version of Mario Kart at launch and a 3D Mario in the holiday period is very likely. That to me is insanely exciting. That to me is insanely positive. That to me is the best news out of all of this, right? That is the awesome sauce of this video, is that Mario Kart at launch, 3D Mario at the holiday is like the perfect first year. That is the perfect first year for this system. And, oh yeah, they're going to have this game somewhere in between probably. A lot of this is going to depend on the reveal, and we should know absolutely a ton more on Thursday. Like I showed you here, The Verge is saying that the announcement is going to be on the 15th, and then they're going to have the reveal on the 16th, so we'll know Wednesday night that it's going to be happening, and then we'll know Thursday. And then we'll know Thursday tons about this system. Maybe not the games, maybe nothing about the games, but tons about this system. And I do feel like it's a bummer if they do choose to go this route. I think it makes business sense for the average consumer. It's just not the fan favorite for the big Nintendo Switch fans, for the hardcore, for the people like you and I who understand these things, who watch these regularly, who see and understand the distinction between, oh, that's a Switch 1 game, that's a Switch 2 game. It would be a bummer because Nintendo understandably wants to make sure they convey the differences, but people should be able to recognize this, right? People should be able to recognize this is for the Switch 2, so these games are Switch 2 games. And they could do a direct or something and come out and say, oh, these games are Switch 2, but it's another reason why I don't think that the reveal trailer from 2016? Yes, 2016 is going to be the same type of thing we see here in 2025. And I do believe that if it was going to be that, Nate the Hate, VGC, all these places would just say it's going to be very similar to the reveal trailer from the Switch 1. They're not saying that, though. They're not saying that. They're saying that the two-part reveal plan would align with how they showed the original Switch, in that they had a trailer and then a game showcase later. But they're not saying that, it's going to have a very similar vibe. They're saying that it's going to be a focus on the Much League console rather than deep dive into its software lineup. And yeah, I agree that the Switch 1 trailer wasn't a deep dive, but again, I go back to this line and I say, would you say about the Switch 1 trailer there's not going to be any presence of games? Because I wouldn't. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully Nate the Hate's a little wrong on this. Hopefully there is some good games coverage, and most importantly in my mind, hopefully he's wrong about the May or June timeframe. I mean, selfishly, I hope he's right about Mario Kart and 3D Mario. Hope he's wrong about May or June, and hope we do get to see some games this week. But nonetheless, the important takeaway from today, I guess, is that it's happening. Pioro, Tom Warren, The Verge, Video Games Chronicle, Eurogamer, Nate Drake, Necrophilippe, all saying that it's January 16th, this Thursday. The Switch 2 is finally going to be revealed, and that's freaking great. Even if the manner in which it's going to reveal does sound kind of boring, and the release date seems like it could be not what we hoped for or wanted, we'll have to wait and see. Let's let those details iron themselves out from Nintendo before we get doomy and gloomy. But I would prepare that this is going to be a hardware overview. That's my 2 cents right now. I think this is a hardware overview and not even of the caliber of the Switch 1 reveal trailer, but we'll find out in a few days. It's freaking the 15th, 13th. The 16th is less than 3 days away. The 15th is 2 days away, and we're going to see the Switch 2 in all its glory, which you've basically seen. Bummer. The leaks at this point are a bummer, but remember, like I said, the games are the grail. The games are the grail, and we will see those eventually. We haven't had those spoiled. Even if it ends up being Mario Kart and Mario, like, what the heck are they going to do? How are they going to innovate with Mario Kart? What characters are they going to bring in? And how are they going to innovate with 3D Mario after Odyssey was such a slam dunk? We know that they took Galaxy 2 to far new heights, and this one shouldn't even be an Odyssey 2, but rather a brand new game. We'll have to see what they do, and it should be a phenomenal time. What a time to be a Nintendo fan. This is the week, baby. We've led up to it, we've hyped it, we've discussed it, and we're finally going to be here. Will Nintendo be able to deliver? And what will they showcase? What's that C button do? And are there any hidden features or nuances or interesting facts of the system that have not leaked out yet? Magnetic Joy-Con, a bigger screen, yes, yes. But what all can this system do? What all can the dock do? What all can the interface and OS do? Because if we do get a hardware overview, we should see more of that. That's the good part about hardware overview. We would get more of the system itself versus just people playing the system. But what kind of trailer are they going to drop? Do you believe it's going to be a Switch 1 style rooftop party games and console being played trailer? Or do you believe it's going to be, like I do, a hardware overview that focuses almost exclusively on the hardware with no presence of games? Let me know your take in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you're pumped for this reveal. It's been a long time coming, so no matter what, we win. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Can't wait to share the adventure with all of you. Until that time, though, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.